All right, captains of Team Sweden, reigning and defending champions of Nordic Masters 2025. Jonathan, how does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, it's a training event, but winning it is of course really nice. And we got the information we needed out of the team, and we rose to the occasion. So.
And Jesper, coming into this one, like, was this like full throttle trying to simulate WTC as much as possible, or was it like specific type of training for your team?
No, for us it was. I think the specific type of training we needed was full throttle WTC, so that's what we went for. And you know, we have two players from the selected team who weren't here with us, but we gave our prospect players their comfort armies, and the goal was all the time to like do what we can to win the event.
And talking about the prospects, how did they do? We have Douglas, Olof, and then Magnus. It wasn't that easy for them.
Mm-hmm. No, I think. Douglas, he was quite swingy,
yeah.
I would say, but he delivered really hard most of the games, and then he had one quite big loss. I think Inso was like sort of underperforming in relation to his pairing, I would say.
But we also gave him some hard matchups on the wrong tables. Yes. I mean, overall, I think they just need the experience of playing. I mean, you don't get the experience of playing like against the best players in the respective countries in any other setting. So this is obviously the best way to practice. So that's what I need.
And you have a few more prospects, and of course Olof that you didn't mention is he's a veteran of the veterans, and I think we could see that quite a bit. He was rock stable. It felt like.
No,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, rock and stone.
And like, talk a bit more about this prospect side. Like, would you say, what are the criteria in the tournament, the hard pressure? Is just to see how they react? Is their pairings, their performance? Like, is it something extra that is extra important for you guys?
I mean, that's a really hard question. I mean, you need to like push for points in your good matchups. You need to squeeze for points in your bad matchups, and you need to be able to deliver points even when it's not going your way. And I mean, it's a very big concept that you can only really learn and see in practice. So I guess that's my opinion.
And I would like to have that there's quite a few other factors that comes in as well, like how well can you handle the stress? Can you predict in a good way during the round and before the round? Do you understand how you build a matrix and how you work on your list to fit in a team setting? So there's a lot of factors that come in that you sort of touch them a bit on TTS, but it's not the same as doing it on the clock in a real tournament.
And then there's like things that are completely different, like how are you in team meetings, how you handle your losses, or like what's the mental state. These are things we can only see live.
And if we say like this pairings part in this tournament for these players, and maybe for all the players in your team, how much is the player responsible for it, and how much are you guys responsible? Because maybe you're throwing them under the bus and also making it impossible for them to deliver as you expected.
I mean, yeah.
No, I think if we do that, we always tell them before, we give them some kind of heads up. Sometimes when we think their pairings are a bit off, we think we can afford it, and we sort of
mentally
do it to them, also to teach them a lesson sometimes. I don't think we did that much of that this time.
That's more like a scrim TTS thing.
Yeah. And then there's also the contextual things when, like, if it's on their table choice, on their opponent's table choice, and things like that. So, but yeah, it's always in a dialogue.
And to summarize the tournament, like Netherlands and Norway were pretty easy, comfortable ones. Finland looked good, swinged a bit back and forth, but in the end also was pretty convenient. Poland, a draw.
Yeah.
Is that a disappointment? Is that okay? It felt maybe that the pairings you had mispaired a bit, or like misunderstood some matches. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had two predictions that were just not correct, and then I mean that was basically it. There was two missed predictions, and I mean disappointed, but you always want to win. But drawing one of the best nations in the world is not. We're not despairing.
And Denmark last year, who done a really great tournament. I think that they have pricked upwards, but we can say you faced Johan, their team captain, and he felt it was almost impossible to beat you.
Yeah, it appears that they were very pessimistic about their pairings into us beforehand.
And we were also very pessimistic.
Not very, but like
it was the worst matrix.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And so I don't know. So I think that To be honest, it felt a bit like they did some desperate things in their pairings, like when they attacked our custodes with CK.
Yeah.
We were a bit surprised, and we couldn't even keep our poker face, to be honest, but because that's a horrible matchup for CK on the table.
Especially on the table.
Yeah. So, and that was a quick 20-0 from Douglas. So.
All right. So we have a data slate that is coming very soon.
Yeah.
We have had many codecs coming out. You have one player to decide on. Like, will you wait on the slate? Do you already know? Like, when will we know? Or when will you know?
Again, confidently say we don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
We are agreed that we don't know. I mean, if I don't know when the slate is. If the slate is in 2 weeks, then we probably can't wait. If it's in 3 weeks, if it's this week, maybe we will wait and see. But yeah, we need to discuss.
Yeah, the decision will be very hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, for you two, as the captains leading this team, aspiring to finally break this gold for Team Sweden, and right now 40k being, I would say, almost bananas in the amount of things happening and moving. Is it fun? Is it too much? Do you regret yourself every night or just every second night? Maybe not tonight, as you are won the tournament.
I'm just gonna answer yes. There's yes to all of those.
I stand by that answer.
But it's too much.
It's too much, but it's really fun. I mean, you don't know what you want me to say.
It would be very empty without it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do. No. There's nothing else to do. But yeah, it is a bit too much. But also, we are both people that get very involved in the one thing we do, and I think most for the current players is so. It's good.
And what's next, except of getting the slates out, getting your final starting player for your 8-man team? What's after that? It's just locking in, and no one can leave that until you have won in Austria.
It's the grind. It's testing every single matchup, so we know our matrix is rock solid.
Yeah, we do have one booked training camp. We do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that's going to be start of July, which is after rules and all the rules locks for WTC. So we'll know the armies, the patch, and everything. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very influential on our team comp, I guess.
Yeah. And would you say, like, up until almost Austria, you will use like quite a bit of extended team, so that the prospects right now who are in for running, you need them more than ever because you need to grind a shit ton. Is that correct?
8 players is not enough for what we need to do.
Would you like to have more players right now? Like if you had 24, would you have liked to have that?
If I could have 24 really good players, I mean, give him more good players, sure. I mean, but there is like a level you need to cross before you can. Some people can be very helpful, like, because they know one army really well, right? And maybe they don't know the broad things very well, but they know one thing very well, and that can be helpful. But yeah, you need to be very top tier to even like help with the matchup data.
Do you think that Team Sweden, this year you guys went to Pyro Cup and you played this Nordic Masters? Do you think as a team that you need even more development? Because we can see some other teams, they are very serious on the coaching side. So you guys have found what seems to be a good sweet spot, but it's also a part that you only can practice as these type of tournaments. What do you think, Jesper? Like, would you need to go to more 8-man team tournaments in general?
I think it would be preferable, to be honest. We did say no to, I think we were invited like 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't practical for us. Like, it's hard to manage with these events that we're committed to.
To get 8 people together, like get 8 people for WTC is really hard, but doing it 2 or 3 more times a year. I mean, this one is easy, obviously. It's in Sweden. I live 5 minutes from here, but I think the aim going forward will be to do at least as much as we do now, and if we can do more, that would be good.
So, to win in Austria, is it a race now against yourself, or is it a race against the other teams? Like, is there some teams that you feel that you are behind and need to catch up on, or do you feel like you are in the sweet spot and it's more like, will you be able to convert it?
I think it's just us. I mean, if we perform at 100% all of our players, we will win.
Okay. Excellent. Any last words?
I mean, thanks for watching and thanks for the support. I mean, it's appreciated.
Stand by that as well.